경기장 도시형.
All right, guys, here we are on ESV Sandstorm Mist, and on the left side of the map, winning a lot of games so far for NSHoSeo. Is he going to be able to maybe win a fourth? Get them that 4-1 lead. It is NSHoSeo.San. And on the right side of the map, in the blue, trying to get some traction for his team for ZeNEX. It is ZeNEX.SuhoSin, formerly known as ZeNEX Line.
PvZ action here on ESV Sandstorm Mist.
Yep.
Space Shark overseeing everything in the middle. Of course, he has not been activated yet because there's no vision of him. He does require activation, which I think is funny.
There's actually a Twitter account for ESV Space Shark now.
I know.
Find that if you want to know what Space Shark is up to, I guess. He pretty much only floats in circles, though, so I don't really know how entertaining that's going to be.
He sees quite a bit of stuff, though. I mean, he's had kind of a hard life.
He's seen it all. He's like, in my day, you wouldn't believe the stuff I've seen by the Zelnaga Tower.
Now, I've seen a couple of different versions of this map, but I like this version of the map, the one they've been throwing into some tournaments as well. I saw it in the Korean Weekly, I think. It had been used as well, obviously, the ESV set. You know, there used to be a version of the map with 3 Zelnaga towers that covered all the ancillary attack paths around the top and bottom, and that was, I didn't like that one as much. This one, though, is a pretty well-rounded map that actually makes for some fun games due to the fact that you expand basically towards your opponent the whole time.
Yep, that's right. There are also islands as well if you want to try to maybe take one of those. Not too common in ZVP, but it is possible, and there's no creep tumors or anything on this one to block you from doing it. It's just a happy little smiley face.
Yep. As I selected the eyes there to give them some sort of shape and structure.
Yep.
But,
there you go.
There we have it.
Bug eyes. They've got like 3, whatever they are, it's little facets.
Yeah, that looks kind of weird actually. And now whenever I look down and I have the gas geyser selected, I think these are eyes, and now it makes me creeped out. All right. Well, he is going to try and block the natural. We're going to see if that forces. Well, actually, no. ZeNEX.SuhoSin did decide to put up spawning pool first, so we'll be able to clear that away eventually. And Forge just finishing up for San as well. We'll be able to throw down that Nexus momentarily, and then a Photon Cannon afterwards.
Yep, so pretty normal openings from both of these guys here. The question is ZeNEX.SuhoSin going to take maybe his third rather than take his second first? It looks like he's going to go ahead and just kill the pylon. We saw some Zerg players try to take their third early on against, who was it? Can't remember what.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but they would.
It was Ace, wasn't it? It was Ace.
Yeah,
it was Startail Ace. He forced Zerg opponents just to move into it over and over and over again.
Yep, that's right. And because of that, he was able to come with some pretty strong 2-base timings and just do a lot of damage. So I think it's definitely a little bit safer to kill off that pylon than do that.
And ZeNEX.SuhoSin's going to move in, and we'll find another probe sitting there, and hopefully he'll be able to take that out in a second. No, Zerglings just kind of let him be. And he's already taking pretty good map control at the moment, though, as San will be moving into his production in a bit. Double gas coming up inside of his main.
Yep. So, again, things pretty normal. Not a whole lot to talk about at this moment. The probe does get in, sees that there are no gas yet, and that's actually pretty big. That might give him a good indication that San might be thinking about going for a fast third hatchery. So that actually is pretty important that he got that probe in there and saw that there weren't any gases yet.
And ZeNEX.SuhoSin's not changing off of his game plan, not throwing up 2 gas in response or anything like that, just accumulating a good amount of minerals at the moment, and a couple of extra queens.
Yeah, it was weird for me not to call him Lion anymore.
Yeah, I know, because every time I hover over him, I see it, and I want to say it, but oh well.
I remember casting that guy in Code A, back when he was Lion, back when dinosaurs ruled the earth.
Back when life made sense.
ZeNEX life? He makes sense. Cat's Pajamas is just looking down and looking sad right now.
It's true. I'm not on camera. That's true.
Go very well. Oops.
That's true. I had to. Oh no, I won't even say it. I'm sorry. Had to shut it down there though. So like some other casters. But, yeah, I was okay.
Oh, come on.
Whew. Okay. More queens up now. We do have that third base on the way, along with the double gas for ZeNEX.SuhoSin. So.
Yep.
Oh. Poor probe doesn't make it back home. Stalker comes out, though, pokes away at a couple of Zerglings, but can't get too far forward. Otherwise, those Zerglings will just turn around and kill him.
Yeah, as we can see, ZeNEX.SuhoSin did go for that fast third hatchery, like you mentioned. But did San scout that?
Let's go ahead and take a look here. No, he has not.
He should have a good idea that this happened, though. I mean, he's got to be kind of planning for it. Getting his robo right now, And so what will he do with it? Will he decide to scout with it? Will he decide to possibly make some immortals after his observer? Go for some sort of gateway immortal push like we've been seeing a lot in ZVP in Korea lately? Or, you know, he's got a lot of other options to do too.
Well, looks like this probe is just waiting for that pylon finish so we can slap down a couple additional gateways.
Yeah.
There's one. There's two.
I think there's a very good chance we're going to see the Warp Prism from San again. It works so well on Shakura's Plateau.
Yes, it did.
And this is a map where you can cut off the third pretty easily. And yeah, there's a Warp Prism from San. He does like to do this play.
It is coming up at the moment. As you can see, he just needs to worry about this ramp right here, as it would take a very long time for units to be able to swing around to the other side there. And, yeah, so he's going to try and get another deny on that third in a bit. He did decide to put up a Stalker as opposed to a Zealot for his first unit around this go, but that's about the only difference. +1 is already on the way, in fact, almost finished. And his opponent is already going up to Layer Tech and Evolution Chamber and Roach Warren.
That's pretty much the same build we saw on Shakura's Plateau. He's going to try to get in there, kill the third. The question is, did Line learn from his teammates? Oh, he's going for the main this time.
Yes,
all right.
he is.
He's going to try to force field off that ramp instead. A little bit easier here. I wonder if he's even going to land on the little landing platform that they have in this map.
This is actually a perfect space for this Warp Prism to fly through as well, because that Overlord, it's not going to get picked up until he actually lands in. He went outside of the Xel'Naga vision. He went outside of all the vision. Now he should be able to see a Warp in, and he's got to be a little bit uncomfortable. Are any units shifting back, though? No, it doesn't look like they are. So next line's really got to hope that he can defend pretty well.
Yeah, and if he can get the sentry to the ramp, he can cause a ton of damage here.
Oh,
no, just deciding to force field some units in against the Zealots. All right. Picking up the sentries to try to keep them safe against the Zerglings, but will it be enough?
I don't know. Those Zealots are pretty strong with +1. Oh, but he cancels the Warp in to get the Warp Prism away.
Yeah, that didn't quite work. Decided he just wanted to try to kill some drones. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't try to force field the ramp in that case, but either way, did some damage.
Could have stopped those roaches from making it up there, though. You're right.
Sure. Killed some stuff.
Oh, he's got to watch out. Just uses a force field and says, aha, you can't mine as efficiently from this mineral patch anymore.
That is true, yeah. He's got some drones stuck in there now.
Let's see here, though. It's the exact same build we saw on Shakura's Plateau, actually, as he already has a Colossus with Thermal Lance on the way. San deciding to go right into Spire immediately, though, once that's cleared up. Or, I'm sorry, ZeNEX.SuhoSin, yes.
I do that all the time.
Yes.
Actually, every caster does that almost all the time.
Yep.
It's kind of bizarre. There's a macro hatch now for ZeNEX.SuhoSin, so he's going to try to go add some Corruptors onto this, I would imagine. He saw the game from before. He's like, all right, I can make a pretty good guess about what you're going for here. He might decide to go Mutas, I suppose, but since he's already making Roaches, it would make more sense to go for Corruptors, and he's got that information from before that would tell him that he should be expecting Colossi as well.
And let's see here now as Burrow just started up as well. Roach speed is well on the way. And we have a macro hatch actually popping up over at the third, which is kind of interesting there. And so he's making those units their way out. A second Colossus did just finish up. It's going to rally up towards the front. And there's not that big overwhelming advantage of having killed a third this time for San. So ZeNEX.SuhoSin in a lot better position than his opponent, than his teammate was when this happened to him on Shakura's Plateau.
Yep, certainly is. This is still a very difficult push to stop, though. Those units are 1-1 as far as their ground upgrades go. 1 armor, 1 attack. And he's making Mutalisks. Oh, I think that was a bad decision by ZeNEX.SuhoSin, because he's going to have to deal with this army very, very soon. And does he have enough roaches to do it? I think he's just going to try to rely on a counterattack, apparently. I don't know about that, man. I mean, he didn't have a lot of units, but Corruptors might have helped out quite a bit more here.
All right, but ZeNEX.SuhoSin made his way through now. There's no more units coming up for San. He is just committing to the base trade, so
he's just in the base race.
Things have gotten pretty exciting. The natural goes down right away for ZeNEX.SuhoSin, but he has flooded everywhere and is killing so much stuff. San trying to get away. He has enough to rebuild a Nexus somewhere if he can get away with a couple of probes, but I don't know if he can, honestly.
No, I don't think he is. What's the probe count at? 3 probes left.
2, 1. And is there one with the army? I'm not actually sure.
There's one in the Warp Prism.
Yeah.
There is. Okay. Yep, San just keeping that one probe very, very, very safe, and that might be what wins in the game here.
But there are Mutalisks up, don't forget, so they could possibly pick that off.
There are.
All right, okay, this is nuts, though. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
As San, he's just going to try and kill as many structures as possible in as quick a period as time. ZeNEX.SuhoSin is able to get away with more stuff, though, only down to 9 drones, so it's not like his economy is going to be all that great, even when he gets things going again.
Yeah, and he's also got enough for another hatchery as well. Generally, you don't want to base race against Protoss in this situation, though. We'll see. I mean, ZeNEX.Shin's got a nice big army.
Oh, no! Oh, he has 390 resources because he just built a pylon, but that means he has no ability to build another Nexus.
Yep, and all he needs to do, though, is stay alive and just do the base race, though. So, this particular case, I don't know, but those Mutalisks actually, those Mutalisks are starting to look like a pretty good idea because he can try to be a little bit more defensive with his army and just try to fly in and snipe buildings with his mutas too, so this could end up possibly working since it is a base trade situation now.
All right, well, it's going to require incredible control on San's part here. It looks like here comes ZeNEX.Shin back for that pylon. Is that the only one on the ground?
That's the end of the game right there. Yeah, no way he can save it.
There's one more
there
somewhere.
Is one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here it is, but I don't know if he can. I think the Mutalisk, could they actually just fly into DPS at 10?
I think they could.
He's going to attack it the right way, of course. He's going to be patient. He knows his opponent.
He's going to go in from the high ground, actually, is what he's going to do, and I think this should be enough to kill it. Yep. Goodbye, pylon. Unless you... Oh, wow. He could have just suicided for it. The thing is, yeah, he knows it should be the only building left.
Yeah. You know, and I guess he feels like he can just be patient now as well because, you know, he's starting to make drones back at home, so he doesn't have to overextend himself. We're going to need to see another pylon, though, pretty quick, I would imagine. San doesn't want to rely his chances just on that.
Yeah, did he lose his probe, too? No, the probe's still under the army. There it is.
Yeah.
The warp prism. All
right here. He needs to... Oh, God. Okay, well, this is tense.
This is a tense situation. Yeah, and look at this. The Mutalisks trying to pick off small groups of stalkers as San goes out to try to do it. And I don't even know if he has enough.
That's pretty smart. That's really high HP, but he has to cancel it right away. I mean, the assimilator itself is a really good idea because it's so high HP, but...
I've got a feeling we're just going to see Lion try to suicide in and take out that pylon here.
Oh, we'll find out as that probe's getting itself away now. The pylon... Or, sorry, the probe in the warp prism is making itself away. ZeNEX.Shin's not committing quite yet. Blink Stalkers are still there. Spawning pool is being restarted, though, along with a second hatchery. So the longer that San delays, the more damage is going to be done.
Needs to start another pylon. He does have another one on the way, so even if he loses this one, he's still in the game.
Oh, but that's going to go down.
It's surrounded.
Oh, but he just GG's. San is out of the game. He has finally been taken out, and ZeNEX.Shin takes a game back for ZeNEX.
Man, yeah, those Mutalisks, you know, they looked like a bad idea initially, but with the base trade, it ended up working out. ZeNEX.Shin taking the game for ZeNEX.